Hello, welcome to the Whiskey No Podcast. Welcome. This is episode 6. Episode 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I was going to count there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We're in sync.
We are in sync.
Yep.
And what are we doing this week?
This week is very special.
Oh, very special? Why
Very
is it
special.
Very special.
Because we have a very rare. We are going to look at my own favourite bottle of whiskey.
Oh.
The very rare Midleton 2022 edition.
And because it's your own one,
is my own one.
very, very rare that we get to try it.
Very, very rare that I open it.
Yo.
No, so I bought this bottle back in 2022. It gets released every year from 1984. So
Right.
from every year from 1984 right up until this year. Now, they haven't released the 2025 one yet,
Midleton, get on that.
but it will be coming out.
Get on that. I want to try it.
And every year they release one. It's basically what they do is they take the master distiller at the time.
And who was that master distiller at the
That
time?
master distiller was Kevin O'Gorman.
Oh, go on, Kevin. Well done.
So in 2022, Kevin basically went and he started looking into a select, oh my word,
I believe it was a select of single pot still
single pasta.
and single Irish grain.
See, I always
Hand selected by Kevin O'Gorman himself.
Kevin O'Gorman. I always I always get tongue tied on that because I go to say spot and it's not. It's single pot.
Single pot still.
It's single pot, and so I always get mixed up with spot still. And yeah, so anyway, so since 1984, and if you actually go down to the Midleton Distillery,
Yep.
they now have this wonderful wall in their new visitor center.
Yep,
and it
okay.
has a bottle from every year right up until 2024.
Oh, right, okay. I
And
didn't
then
know
obviously
that.
the 25 one will go in as well.
Get that released. I want to try it.
But yes, so every year, Master Distiller will come along and he'll pick a hand selection of pot stills, Irish grain whiskies, single grain whiskies, and then they'll look at a unique blend. They often go in between sort of the age of about a 12-year-old whiskey to about a 33-year-old whiskey.
Okay, so it could be anything mixed.
Yeah. So you're going to get a lot of youth and a lot of experience.
Okay.
Within the whiskey, just
Yeah.
depending on the blend. This bottle in particular, it was finished in like a sort of lightly charred ex-bourbon cask.
Yep. Okay.
I personally love this whiskey. I love everything from Midleton, but when you go for the actual Midleton brand, the very rare, it's the cream of the crop thing that they put out every single year.
I gotta love that box.
Hard to get, unless you're in the know. But I said I wasn't in the know. I was just very fortunate to get this. So I love anything that comes in a box, but I love it even more when it comes in a wooden box.
Yeah. That is a great box.
With its own hinges.
Ooh.
So look at this cracked open. Oh, there it is.
Oh. Very nice.
I'll set it down.
Yeah,
so
you
can
need
see
to show
the
that to the
inside of
camera.
it.
That is phenomenal looking.
Oh, look at that there.
Don't drop it. Don't drop it.
But it's beautiful. So again, it comes in this lovely presentation.
Yes.
Inside the box, you have
That
this
is nice.
lovely leaflet, and it tells you everything you need to know about that year, about the Midleton Very Rare. And again, worth a good read. But again, this comes down with just a lovely wee inscription on the side of the box here. It just says, the pinnacle of Irish whiskey.
Ooh, I thought it was going to say the Whiskey No Podcast.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
But I'm going to get this out because it's very
So-
awkward to get out.
For the presentation, this inscription on the box and the very rare whiskey, what are you, I don't mean to be a wee bit looking in here, but what are you sort of retailing for that? What would be the RRP for this?
So,
How much did it cost ye?
online at the minute, to get this exact bottle
Yep.
would run you about £270.
Okay.
Now, because that's aftermarket,
Yes.
I don't necessarily know if that's what they would charge out the bat.
Okay.
Because again, it's a very rare whiskey.
Yes.
Once it's sold out, which it sells out very quickly, the only way to get it is maybe an aftermarket or on whiskey auctions. So the price,
Yeah, because it's very rare.
because it's very rare,
Because
so
it's
the
very
price
rare.
does go up
Yeah.
a wee bit. I didn't pay that amount for it.
Okay.
I got it when it was at its retail price.
Okay, so I did actually quickly look this up, and there was some website selling it at around $390.
Yeah.
So I priced it around between $250 to about £400.
Yeah.
And I've seen some doing it around, as you said, around 320, some doing it around 390, and I'm just went, yeah. I was excited to give it a go.
It's good whiskey. Now, again, we have tried this before, as you can tell. I don't know.
We drank our whiskey.
Have you tried this one?
I don't think so. Unless you cracked it out on a poker night.
I don't
that Holly
think I
didn't
did.
know about.
I genuinely don't think I did, and I think the only people.
Sorry if I landed.
I think it's been myself and producer Holly has tried this. So
okay.
Hopefully, it's a bit of a blind test for you.
It is, yeah. Great.
Again, if we go for the color, I just love the sort of the golden color to it. Not as dark as the Glenallachie from the last episode, but again,
it won't be over. It won't be as dark because it was a lightly charred
yeah,
oak. So it won't have that color in there. You know, it does obviously have the brown color because you're getting the age between 33 years and 12, so it will give the brown sort of color, but it won't be that dark because it's only lightly charred, I believe.
So I know, but before we open this, I know we've spoken about Midleton before. So,
really?
Yeah.
Really?
So Midleton was established in 1825. They've actually this year hit their 200th anniversary.
Really? Congratulations.
And we'll talk a wee bit about that in the news.
Ooh, in the news segment.
But in 1825, they were probably down in Cork, one of the biggest distillers going. When Prohibition hit, a lot of distilleries around the area, around Ireland in general, started going out of business. So what Midleton decided to do was become a very big corporation to try and save these amazing whiskey companies.
Yes.
So when you go down to Midleton, you have not only Midleton, it's now the home of Jameson.
And?
Redbreast.
And?
Green Spot.
And?
Pars.
Yeah.
And Napogue. Hopefully I haven't butchered that one right, because
Yes.
I knew I'd forgot about that one. We've
trying
never
to
tried that one before, so I'm interested to try that one too.
Trying to beat that idea because we didn't do it the last time. Well done.
But it became the home
Yes.
to a lot of these whiskies. It saved them. And Method Madness.
A Method Madness.
Sorry, we forgot about that one. But again, so Midleton, when you go down, you're visiting what I would class as a very big heritage site for Irish whiskey. So
historic site.
for these very rares to come out every single year, they have other Midleton Very Rare, which are year round, such as the Barry Crockett. Again, if we can ever afford that bottle, we'll maybe try that on one of the other podcasts.
Love to try that, yeah.
But I'm going to open this up. Do you want to
crack
take
this
that
open.
box down there first? So hold on. This is... Here we go.
Fancy.
Here we go. Ready?
I like that, yeah. That was good. That was good.
It was a lot of squeak.
We better squeak that, but
But
we better squeaky.
that just means it's keeping it in the cork. So I'll let you have a wee smell of that there and see what you think, sort of first impression.
Get a whiff. I seen your heart drop there for a second. Yeah, that's nice. That's just nice. You can smell like the cherry and the oak. It smells very oaky.
Very oaky, very oaky.
Yeah.
A lot of sort of fresh fruit, citrus notes on it as well.
Yeah.
But again, once we get it into the glass. Now,
Bit of toffee.
Yep. You allowed me to pour the Glenallachie. So do you want to pour the Midleton?
Oh, I'm stuck on the deer bottle. Right, let's give this a go.
Two-hander.
Two-hander.
Oh, a nice slow pour. Come on now, you can give yourself a bit more than that.
That'd be all right.
Look at that. Well, give me a wee bit more than that. There you go. Oh, just.
Oh, and who's the third one
What's
for?
this glass for?
This is our resident sink.
Yes.
Give her only a little bit. That's enough. That's too
Do you want
much.
any
for her.
more?
No, she's
Top
fine.
her up a little bit.
Top her up.
Top her up a little
She's a
bit.
sink.
This is the only time she gets to drink it. There's a bit of the angel share going down the glass.
Oh, but angel share.
Hold on.
I near dropped that bottle.
So fire that down. What's is that her?
Far down the ground there.
Is that her, boys? Get that lovely.
I've got it on my fingers.
Oh, just lick that up then. So,
Yeah.
get a good sniffy out there, boy. So, immediately, I'm getting something that you often get.
I know what you're going to say.
I'm going to get a bit of Mandarin. A bit of orange.
Bit of orange.
It's very light and fruity.
Yeah, it is. Toffee. I'm getting toffee out of it. Complete toffee.
Bit of hazelnut.
Am I getting a wee bit of floral?
Yeah.
Floral out of
I think that's maybe where like this where the fruit and the freshness is coming from, but it's very light. You're not getting those kind of, again, because it was sort of like a lightly charred ex-bourbon, you're not getting a lot of those sort of vanillas and like the real sort of...
Lovely colour too.
Yeah. Good legs. Good
She
legs.
got a leg. Right. One last
One
whiff.
last sniff and then we'll cheers. Real good.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Right, so let's clink that. Sláinte.
Sláinte. Oh, that was a good one.
That was a good
a good one. That was a ringer. Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
That is different. What do you think? I'll
You're
let
getting
you
it.
lead it.
So this is interesting.
Okay.
I can really get the light char.
Yes.
Like
the
it's-
oaky char.
Yeah,
coming up,
it's
yes.
really not overpowering. There's
But-
there's a taste there. I'm getting that orange in it. But do you know when we've ever done like a pot still?
Yes.
And we'll take, even going back to the Titanic episode with Damien there, where we had the 5-year pot still that they're bringing out. And
Phenomenal whiskey.
And the thing I turned around and said was the candy apple.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit of red apple.
I'm getting red apple.
Yeah, red apple.
Because I've been eating a lot of red apples recently.
Ooh.
I'm losing weight. I'm doing very well.
You are doing very well.
And it's kind of like a go-to snack for
Don't
me.
worry, Dave. I found your wit for you. Don't worry, I found it.
But I'm really getting like a red apple.
Like a caramelized red
Yeah.
apple. Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Not a lot of spice to it.
I got a bit of spice out of it. A bit, not much. More on the
It's-
finish.
Yeah, I'm not getting much linger. I am getting a wee bit of no burn.
No, none at all.
Um,
Maybe we're just getting used to this. Maybe we're just getting used to being the resident alcoholics and just getting used to the ethanol burn.
now I'm going to throw one in. I can't taste it, but I'm open to the power of
getting COVID?
suggestion.
You're open to the power of suggestion?
Yeah, so I'm wondering if I say this out loud and then I taste it, am I going to taste it? So it was one of the suggested notes that Midleton said
Okay.
that they were getting in it as well.
Right.
So again, we're coming back to reading the box
Okay.
and what it says online. But I'm going to say it, and then I want you to immediately take a taste and see if you get it, okay?
Okay, let's go.
Because I wanted, again, power of suggestion. We've seen it works.
It does work. It does.
So again, it only works if you've tried this before.
Okay, let's give it a
Producer
go.
Holly, you can tell us as well, okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah?
Creme brulee.
No, not getting it. I'm sorry, I'm still getting toffee.
It's funny that the two of you mentioned that because that's the first thing that I smelt and tasted.
Okay.
Creme brulee?
And I haven't looked at the box.
What?
And I was thinking creme brulee, vanilla, caramel.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
it. Yeah, that's
So-
what I'm getting.
Producer Holly has a better palate than we do.
I'm not getting creme brulee, but I can see where it's coming in.
Okay.
And the reason being, with the creme brulee, you often have that caramelized, toasted, crusty
Crust.
top on it,
Yeah,
right?
Top on it, yeah.
So I'm getting that.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
I
getting
can see that.
like just like a caramelized apple. We've already
Yeah.
said that. I think that's what we're getting from it. I can see where the creme brulee concept is coming from.
Yes. Okay, yeah. Fair
Maybe
enough.
I'm not refined enough to get it, but I love the idea that they're going into like more of a dessert whiskey
Yes.
because you've got
More
your
of a
dessert
sweet.
wines and you're going for something that's a bit more sweet. You know, we compared the Glenallachie last time to something that you would come in to warm yourself, a winter warmer, basically.
Winter warmer.
Right? This
A dessert whiskey.
is a dessert
Yes,
whiskey.
I was thinking that, yes. You've just had a Sunday roast and you just want something sweet
Yeah.
to wash it all
Going
down.
down with a sticky toffee pudding.
Yes.
And you're just going, this is a wee chaser on top.
Yeah.
You know, instead of getting your coffee or your Irish coffee or something like
Yeah.
that,
You get your creme
a wee
brulee.
Midleton Very Rare chaser.
Very expensive dessert, but a good one at that.
You need to just come to my house
Yeah.
more often.
Yes,
Dave,
we are.
Dave, I did the roast. You do the dessert. This.
I'll definitely cook you a roast if you want. If that's a dessert, 100%. I'm game for that.
It does. It doesn't linger too much, but the finish, I do get some of the spice in the finish.
Yes, I'm getting a bit of cracked pepper spiciness on
Cracked pepper,
cracked
yes.
pepper on the finish. Yeah, a wee bit of dried fruits again. Mostly cracked pepper on the finish, but that is nice whiskey. I tried, I think, the 2024 a couple of weeks back when we were out, and I think it was the 2024. It was bought for us.
Yes.
And I believe that I wasn't overly impressed by it.
I think I don't know if it was the 2024. Again, that's what we were told we got. I didn't
Yes.
see it being poured. The person we were out with, he treated us the one, and he says it was
Yes.
2024. I wasn't overall impressed with it, but again, what I would say is maybe the taste was a bit tarnished. I had been drinking all day.
Yeah, you
Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly, folks. Drink responsibly.
And I'd been drinking Guinness all day. We'd had food. We'd had, it was, again, I've said it before, I often treat whiskey in that whiskey will lend itself to a different taste and different texture and palate and stuff like that,
Yeah, well.
depending on your surroundings.
Yes.
I'm not very much of I don't like noise. I don't like being in a busy surrounding area. I like, especially if I'm drinking whiskey, I like to be able to,
Sit back
and
break stuff.
break stuff and relax. But I like to be in a very peaceful atmosphere. I was going to say atmospheric.
Yeah.
Being in the Deer's Head, busy Saturday night, 10 o'clock at night, very loud, noisy music. I would say that might have influenced the taste of it for me.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
And I'd be willing to go back and try it again on a nice quiet Sunday.
Quiet Sunday evening after a roast.
After
a roast. Yes. I need a wee dessert here.
Yeah.
Give it back again. Yeah, fair enough.
So I think that's a dessert whiskey. I've never come across that. That's something I've just made up in my head. A dessert whiskey.
Well, producer Holly quite came through the creme brulee, but what do you think of the overall?
I like the initial taste. I wasn't overly fond of the after. It kind of disappeared for me.
Okay, it didn't linger.
No, yeah, it didn't linger. It went from sweet to a little bit sour.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how best to explain it.
But because again, I found that with again the 5-year pastel from Titanic, this one here, I put it down to an apple sours.
so you actually did.
I actually did.
So you actually did.
That I do see where maybe that sour taste is coming from.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
fair
it's
enough.
necessarily a bad thing.
No,
No.
definitely not.
I have never got that, but that is quite odd that you went from the Titanic one and then now you have brought that up. That is quite odd.
Listen,
but
I've
quite
had
good.
COVID 3 times. My taste palate's out the window.
Yeah, it probably is.
But I think
Still a good whiskey.
good whiskey. Is it time for the news?
Time for the news.
Time for the news.
Let's go to
News
the
time.
newsroom.
Welcome
To
the
whiskey.
news.
Welcome to whiskey news.
Yeah, we are so sad.
Get a life, will you?
So, we've just been speaking about Midleton Very Rare.
Yes, we have been.
So, there's Midleton Very Rare has just come up in the news.
Oh, what was it coming up for?
It's to celebrate their 200th year anniversary.
200 years.
200 years of Midleton.
If my maths, if my mathematics is correct, is that 1825?
1825
Look at
is
me.
when Midleton was established. So 200 years ago,
200 birthday.
they are now celebrating, and they have released a Midleton Rare Silent Distillery Chapter 6.
Oh,
It is a 50-year-old
wow.
single pot whiskey. How much do you think it's going for? Don't read my notes.
How much? Like,
50-year-old single pot
are we
whiskey.
talking pounds, sterling, dollars?
Let's go
or
euros.
Organs?
Let's go euros. They're down south, so let's go euros.
So we're not talking organs, you know, maybe
Yeah,
a liver
well,
and
I mean,
left arm, no?
it's organs.
It's organs?
It's
Alright.
organs.
Oh, 50-year-old?
50-year-old pot still, or single pot. What are we talking?
15,000.
No.
No? Higher or lower?
Go higher.
Higher.
The price is right. The crowd behind you are shouting higher.
Higher! 20,000?
Higher.
50,000?
Higher.
60k?
60,000 euros.
60,000 euro.
That's
That's a couple of livers. That's a couple of livers.
That's me, you, producer Holly, all saying, here, let's chip in and give our livers. We'll not be able to enjoy it, but let's give our livers to buy this.
Yeah, definitely. That's a kidney,
So,
at least.
I think on that, Midleton Distillery, congratulations on hitting 200 years.
What an achievement.
That's fantastic.
What an achievement.
And do you know what? Listen, see if you want to have us down so that we can try it.
By all means.
I mean, we're only a couple of hours up the road, but we love Midleton. We'll come down and try that whiskey any day of the week.
I'll do the 6-hour drive, no problem.
100%.
Definitely.
No problem. Listen, 50-year-old, we've never had a 50-year-old pastille. Yeah. I think we need to try it. We need to share the knowledge.
Yeah.
So if you want to have us down, please have us down.
Share
It'd be
the love.
fantastic. But commemorative 200th anniversary. Well done, Midleton Distillery. Well done.
Congratulations, guys. Well done.
Now, just a wee bit up the road from where we are right now,
A wee bit.
they've come out with something special.
Oh.
And it's up in the good old land of Bushmills.
Up at Bushmills.
And they have come out with a 46-year-old.
I did see this.
So
And the colour of this thing is phenomenal looking.
normally when you come out with a whiskey, you're coming out and you're saying, oh, this is our 30-year-old or our 21-year-old or in around that. No, they have given this whiskey a name.
What name is
And this whiskey is called The Secrets of the Riverbush.
Oh.
And it's a 46-year-old, and that's what it's called. It's called The Secrets of the Riverbush. Only 300 bottles have been made,
Wow.
and they're sold out.
Wow.
Can't
Whoa.
get it anywhere.
I would love to try that.
Except if you went over to New York, where I've read that there are certain places that you can go, certain bars, certain establishments that you can go to, and for one shot, they will charge you $3,000
Per shot?
per shot to try this whiskey.
That's a costly dram.
Each
That is a
bottle
costly dram.
sold for around 12.5 grand.
Jesus. That's insane.
Now,
That...
for a 46-year-old, that's pocket money compared to the 50-year-old at 60 grand.
yeah, I was going to say that.
But
That's nothing in comparison. But
46-year-old, The Secret of Riverbush, 300 bottles, all sold out. Can't get it anywhere.
yes, so if you actually got yourself a bottle of it, because it's very limited, that would shoot up in price.
Oh yeah,
Shoot
the
up in
resale value on these, I'd say on both these bottles is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't say how many bottles of the Midleton came out. I know every year they release, so we're waiting this year on the 2025 bottle coming out of the Very Rare.
Yep.
But a 200th anniversary 50-year-old single pot from Midleton, that's,
Love to give it a go.
I'd love to just look at it.
just
to
to
look
see
at it, go,
in all its glory. Yeah.
But yeah, and then Bushmills 46, The Secret of Riverbush, 300 bottles, 12.5 grand a bottle.
Insane.
So Bushmills, listen, we'll be talking about it at some point. We love Millennium Malt. We
Yep.
love the 21 year.
Some of our favourites.
Like stone's throw away from us right now. We could hop in the car right now and drive up and see you. If you want to give us a wee try, we'd love it.
I'd love it.
I'd love it.
I love it too.
Producer Holly would love it.
Yo!
So yes, listen, that's the news today.
That's the news.
2 brand new bottles celebrating incredible achievements across the whiskey world.
Guys, congratulations. Two absolute
Congratulations,
staples
guys.
of the whiskey industry and that
100%.
here in Ireland. So congratulations,
Well
guys.
done,
Well done.
guys.
Back to the podcast.
Back to the podcast.
Let's go. That was good news,
That was
segment.
good news.
It was.
Very good news.
I love the news.
Yes.
It's a good place.
News.
The news.
Do we call ourselves the new TV?
The new TV.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Don't.
The new TV.
I regret saying that.
That was good.
Anyway.
So, Now we're going to do Burnsy's question of the week.
It's question of the week. Because I'm making up a jingle on the spot. Burnsy's question of the week.
Burnsy's question of the week. I'll not get used to that. So I kind of stand on your personal collection. Mm-hmm. So what out of your personal collection is your prized possession, Dave? And why is it your prized possession? And on a note of that, is there a memory attached to it?
So I have 2 bottles of my prized possession.
Two bottles?
2 bottles.
Not one, but 2. Thanks, Dave.
I have 2 bottles of my prized possession. So the first bottle we've talked about before.
Yes.
Is my bottle of Millennium Malt Bushmills.
Thought you were going to be the answer.
Yes. I don't have it here with me. It's not here. It doesn't leave the house.
No. We both actually have a bottle of that.
We do. We both have a bottle.
And I got high pitched for no reason there.
The reason why it's my prized possession, again, is because I think, again, it holds that memory of when me and you were in Dublin.
Yes.
And we went in
The Temple Bar,
and we talked to the guy, and he wasn't going to sell us it. And we were like, no, we want to go. And he goes, do you know that's like €70 a shot? And we were like, yes.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. And he then proceeded to take it away and put it up on the shelf. And we're like, where are you going? Bring that back here now.
I want some.
So after that, it became very much, let's go and see if we can find a bottle.
Yep.
You got a bottle first. And I was like, well, I'm jealous. I'm not going to be outdone by this. So eventually I went and got a bottle. And I think the reason why it became sort of prized possession is because I used it for my wedding.
Yes, you did. I believe so.
During the ceremony. Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly, folks. How did you find it, Holly? You were there, I believe, weren't you?
Yes, it was our wedding.
Yeah.
I was present and legally married. Yes, I really did enjoy it. It was a nice special because the promise was we weren't going to open it.
I thought the promise was marriage, but okay.
Well,
All right, sorry.
We had to have a ceremony to open the whiskey.
Yeah. So
Celebrate it, sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, the wedding wasn't because, we love each other or anything. The wedding was because, well, we need
an
some
excuse.
sort of excuse to open this bottle of Millennium Malt. So we thought, well, we'll invite all our friends and our family down so that they could witness the moment.
Not the marriage. That has
No,
nothing to do with
it's
it.
the witness, the opening of the bottle.
Yeah, 100%.
So it just held a very significant part of that day where we opened it and,
And I thought it was really, really strange because I had never witnessed anything like that. You actually celebrated it. You actually used it on like the wedding ceremony.
Yes.
And you've done it as a part of like toasting together and thing like that on the actual ceremony, which is
It was called
nothing I've ever seen before.
It was called
which is really cool.
Quaker, wasn't it? It was a Quaker thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a Quaker ceremony. I could
Quaker
get that
ceremony.
wrong.
Quicker.
It was a Celtic tradition.
Yeah. Again, we had to come up with some sort of excuse to open the bottle.
Yeah.
Like, this is how we can incorporate it into the wedding. It's a traditional thing. It wasn't. It was just like, no, we want whiskey in the wedding. And yeah, no, it was just a lovely way of doing it. And then we closed the box and we didn't open the box again until a year later on our 1 year anniversary.
Until someone broke
And
it, I
then
believe.
someone broke the cork.
Someone broke the cork.
Womp, womp. And then it got rapidly transitioned into a decanter, which now sits in the house, which is why I can't bring the bottle. But I do have a second bottle, which was
Of course.
which was a gift that I bought for someone.
It wasn't for me, unfortunately.
Yes, it was.
And the reason why was because I'm not going to go into the reason why.
Yeah, it was a special cask.
Sentimental.
It was a special bottle.
With a special logo on it.
Yeah, with a special logo on it. And we're not going to go in too much into that, but
No.
because the Millennium Malt was going to be involved, I built it into the wedding fund that I was going to be able to get Holly a bottle of this for her wedding present. So that's why there's 2 bottles. So one is open and one is shut.
And will that shut one ever be opened?
No,
Ever?
no.
Okay.
I'll go and buy another bottle before I open it.
It's a ceremonious one.
It's very special.
Very, very special.
It was very, very hard to come by. Like, we think this is very rare.
Yeah,
This bottle was very, very rare.
Yeah, from
Stars
what
Aligned.
Stars Aligned. Yes, I remember that.
Cost
yeah.
me a fortune.
And
Right,
we have
okay.
our eye on another one.
We do. We have. Yes, we do.
another
Actually,
logo.
we have our eye on a third one. I will talk about this one just briefly. I know I don't want to run over the episode, but the one I'm looking for at the minute is actually going to be in memory of Holly's grandfather, Jim,
Oh,
whose lovely bar we're sitting in right now. We
Right.
haven't actually talked about our new surroundings.
no.
But we're up in Jim's house. It is Holly's mum and dad's house, but
Yes, we
Jim,
are.
he was up here, and you'll see, maybe not so much in the background, but around this house there are tons of empty bottles of Bell's. Jim was a big whiskey lover.
Yes, I believe so.
And we actually toasted him in our wedding with Bell's. But again, am I allowed to talk about this?
Yeah, go for it.
So Jim was a Freemason,
Okay.
and the Freemasons had purchased a Millennium malt cask.
Oh, okay.
And you can get the bottle with the Freemason symbol on it.
Right.
So I'm currently looking into trying. A bottle every now and then does show up on auction sites.
Didn't know
There's
that.
one I've seen at the minute. So if it's one of those ones where if we look into it, we can get it for the right price, then we'll probably end up having a third bottle.
Yeah. Okay. I can't wait to crack mine open.
I'm going to throw the question right back at you.
What?
What's your prized possession in whiskey?
I hate to run back on it, but the same thing. The
Millennium Malt.
the Millennium Malt. It's just because it was like you said, we went down to Dublin and it was sort of like a fond memory of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Went down in the Temple Bar, we had a lot to drink and it was just a great day.
Yeah.
And I procured this bottle. I'm not going to say how much it was because I look like a freeloader because it was free. It was a free bottle. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Sandy.
The parents had this for years and years from when I was a teenager. It was given to them by, I believe, a family member who got a lot of bottles through his work. And like your green spot story, my mum was going to use it for an Irish coffee. Yes, I know. And it was a swift, no, you're not.
Don't you dare.
And on that, because my mum and
Could
dad
you
don't drink.
imagine how good an Irish coffee that would be?
That
though?
would make a great Irish coffee. That would make a phenomenal Irish coffee. But on the back of that, because my mum and dad don't drink, really, they sort of give me the bottle and says, listen, I use it for a special occasion. And that special occasion still hasn't been yet.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Cool.
Okay.
Awesome. Good
Yeah.
answer. But listen, this Midleton Very Rare. It's a 2022. And again, I know we've been talking about my wedding, but the reason why we bought this one is because we got married in 2022. And that's the whole reason for this. So to me, this is a very
sentimental
precious whiskey to have in our house. And again, it's only brought out on very, very special occasions, very rare occasions.
Yeah.
But when it is, we like to enjoy it with people who like whiskey. So that's why I brought it here today. And I think it's very important to do an episode on it. I probably will start collecting a few more of these bottles across the years. I know I've tried some of the earlier ones. Being born in 1990, I think that could be a very good bottle to try
Yes.
and procure.
To have a 1990 of the year you were born.
Very, very hard
in
one to
your
get, I'm
collection.
sure.
Yep,
But
I'm sure it is.
it'd be a very interesting one that if I was able to ever get
Yeah.
my hands on it, I would do whatever I could.
Brilliant.
But,
Loved it.
listen, thank you very much for joining us on this episode of Midleton Very Rare. We will see you again
On the next episode.
next time.
Bye.
Sláinte.
Sláinte.
Ooh.